Hey there, welcome back to another show. Today, I'm tackling the voice in your head that keeps comparing your current life to some idealized past and how a simple walk might be more effective at shutting it up than years of therapy. Plus, why just trading 30 minutes of your Netflix time for outdoor walking could be the relationship breakthrough you have been looking for with yourself. By relationship breakthrough with yourself, I mean a deeper understanding and acceptance of who you are, independent of any external relationship. I have talked in another episode about stargazing and all walks, but I wanted to go more in depth about the science piece. I wrote a paper on this topic about a year or ago or so, and I wanted to share it like I did the last episode on the menopause hack, which I hope you really enjoyed and really got a desire to try it. I am really having a blast with it. It is so much fun, and I get so much out of it. Anyway, I realized that I had all of these papers and I was keeping the info just like locked up in a Google Doc. After I finished the class, it just kind of went to the wayside. And I decided it was time to start sharing that with you. So that is what's coming up next. Welcome to Intentionally Single, Seeking But Not Settling. I'm Lauren Jean, your host, integrative wellness coach, and hypnotist. Each week, we explore mindset shifts and mind-body strategies to help you live life intentionally single and content while remaining open to possibilities. Unlike typical dating advice, we focus on personal fulfillment to attract genuine love. Join us to transform unconscious patterns and embrace your intentionally single lifestyle. Stop feeling deflated by the dating world and start prioritizing the most important relationship, the one with yourself. Welcome back, GenX warriors. You know, I still don't really have a name for you guys, my listeners. I'll come up with one eventually. This is Lauren Jean. Welcome if you are new to the show. I am so happy that you're here. I really enjoy putting these episodes together for my own self-fulfillment and education, as well as sharing with you. So, welcome to the gang, any new listeners. Also, if you've been listening to the show and have not left a rating and review, what you doing? Please, you have no idea how much the reviews and ratings mean to me and the show. We can get to so many more people from the reviews and the ratings. Please go and do it now. Also, make sure to subscribe so you get notified when a new show is released, every Saturday, by the way. All right, so today I want to talk about something transformative for me. Back in December of 2021, my most significant relationship had officially ended, and I was really sad and somewhat relieved, even though it was extremely painful. I have talked about this relationship on the episodes. I have talked about this many times on the show before, and this is the type of relationship that is just a transformative relationship. So it's going to keep coming up. Anyway, you know how it goes. That relationships that you thought might work out until they didn't. I was constantly checking my phone just out of habit and anxiety. It's like my hand just wanted to grab it just to do something. Every notification had me jumping. I just needed an escape, but not the kind that involved getting sucked into a Netflix show that, after watching, just makes me feel lazy and worse. And I just did not want to feel like that. I needed to get away from my phone. I needed to get away from any device or screen. Anything that would give me constant digital reminders like text messages, phone calls, even pictures that I had saved on my phone of what I would, even though I probably should have gotten rid of, I just didn't. I desperately did not want to, and it was such a meaningful relationship, and it still is to this day. I'm very proud to say. Anyway, so one evening I did something simple but radical. I left my phone at home and I just went out for a walk. Now, at this point in my life, back in 2021, I didn't leave my phone behind as often and as intentionally as I do now. I had no destination to go on this walk. I just kind of like left it and went on a walk. And like I said, I leave my phone home a lot now. I turn it off, I put it to the side. I didn't do that back in 2021. Like I said, with this walk, I had no destination, no fitness tracker, no podcast playing in my ears. It was just me and the chilly winter air. It was somewhere around December 20th. I know it was right around Christmas time. And something really incredible happened about 15 minutes in. That critical voice in my head, the one that was questioning all of my choices about that relationship and comparing my current situation to what could have been, it just kind of quieted down. That walk in December of 2021 became the first of many. What started as an escape from heartbreak became a journey back to myself. And it was a journey because that was just the beginning of it. And it lasted for many, many years. And just last week, when I was having one of those mentally stressful days, you know the kind, I remembered that power of that first walk. I put on my shoes and I just headed out the door. I got new sneakers, so I just wanted to kind of break them in. So, yeah, I just threw them on and I walked out the door. And when I got home, like almost an hour later, I felt more at peace with myself than I had before I left. And I'm still amazed at the effectiveness these 3 years into this walking journey has given me, as well as writing this paper. And it makes me wonder what exactly happens during these walks and why don't more of us use this simple but powerful tool? All right, so I want to get into this paper that I wrote. So many good things. And again, I want to just throw this disclaimer out there. I'm not a doctor, I'm not prescribing anything at all. I am simply sharing research that I did on a paper based on real scientific studies. All right. So there are many different sections of this paper. First, I want to go through the idea that walking is just, it's so incredibly beneficial. And I'm going to go through the benefits with you. So first, let's talk about rumination. It's that mental hamster wheel. We replay the same negative thoughts over and over and over again until our head hurts and hours have passed by. And for many of us, these thoughts often center around relationship choices. And I'm specifically talking to Gen Xers because when we get to this age, we're still kind of wondering, why am I single? Was I too picky? Have I missed my window for finding someone? Did I have someone and I let them go and I shouldn't have? Is there something wrong with me? These are all the thoughts. Add yours in, whatever you might be thinking, because I know at certain times the thoughts still come to me and they don't linger anymore. They don't, but sometimes they do come. Research published by Owens and Bunce showed that rumination isn't just annoying, it is actually harmful to our mental health. When we continue to ruminate, it can lead to anxiety and depression. But here's the interesting part of the research. Those who spent decades building independent lives are particularly vulnerable. Why? Because we've had more time to build these complex stories about ourselves. We have accumulated more relationship experience, more disappointments, traumas, and more of what ifs than someone in their 20s. We're much older. We've had decades of practice, and our brains have had decades to develop these rumination patterns, making them harder to break. But this is what I love. Walking in nature has been shown to be as effective in reducing rumination as talking to a psychologist or a therapist. That's pretty cool that a simple walk can compete with therapy sessions when it comes to quieting that negative inner monologue. And we know at this age, we have most likely at least considered therapy of some kind. So why not just start a regular walking practice? A study measuring activity in the subgenual prefrontal cortex. Not that you need to know the name of the brain region, but I love it. So I'm mentioning it. This is the area of the brain that is associated with rumination. And remember, the prefrontal cortex is that front part of your head, like your forehead area. And it found that nature walking significantly decreased activity in this region. And the translation is that voice telling you that your ex was the one or that you're too set in your ways for a relationship, it actually gets quieter when you walk in nature. Another big challenge that us Gen Xers go through is, I'm calling this the comfort zone conflict. I believe I used this in another episode. You have created this comfortable life. Your favorite chair positions just right under the window where you can look at the moon or you can take in the sunlight in the morning. Your evening routine that helps you decompress after demanding, stressful days. Your space in your home arranged exactly how you want it, nothing out of place, or if you prefer, stuff all over the floor. And the thought of disrupting all of this for dating uncertainty feels just overwhelming and sometimes pointless. It's easier to stay in your carefully constructed comfort zone than to go out and meet someone new that might not even work out. But in comes nature walking. This offers a new perspective for you, hopefully. According to the attention restoration theory, ART, described in my research, nature has a unique ability to engage our attention in stimulating a relaxing way. It's what's called soft fascination, where your attention is captured without being drained. So you can just almost be, in your own mind, but you're not being sucked dry of all those ruminating thoughts. And when you're walking outside, the natural environment pulls your attention towards the trees, the sky, the sounds around you. All of your senses are activated. And this process also activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's rest and digest mode, your relaxation. And it counteracts that stress response, which is the sympathetic nervous system. So while your comfort zone at home might feel safe, it's also where your ruminating mind has this free reign to overthink everything. Nature gives you a different kind of comfort, one that actually helps you reset your stressed nervous system instead of just insulating you from stress, protecting you from stress. I don't know why I use the word insulating. It's just first thing that came to my mind. Anyway, another challenge many of us face is what is called the authenticity paradox. After decades of refining your identity, you know exactly who you are, what you like, what you don't like. You know you like the back of your hand. But the dating world seems to demand this almost performance of like being dateable, that your self conflicts with your authenticity and your true self, or your dating self with your real self. So it's like you're fighting yourself, really. And this creates this exhausting loop where you want connection, but you don't want to perform like a circus monkey for someone that you don't even know, except maybe through texting before meeting or perhaps having a short conversation on the phone. You just want to be appreciated for who you truly are, but you worry that your unfiltered self might not attract the right person. And it's mentally effing draining. I've been there long time ago. And it makes the prospect of dating feel like more of just a pain in the freaking ass and totally not worth it. But nature offers another unique solution because when you're walking outside, there's no one to perform for. It's just you and the trees blowing in the wind, taking in the sun. Oh, nature does not care what shoes you are wearing or if your career is impressive. It's just one of the few areas and spaces where you can completely just drop the performance and just be you. And additionally, the physiological benefits are significant. Walking in nature will lower your cortisol, which is your body's primary stress hormone. It decreases the activity in your amygdala, which is the part of your brain that processes fear and anxiety. Your blood pressure also drops, your heart rate stabilizes and relaxes, and your breathing deepens. These physical changes have a deep effect on your sense of self because when your body is calm, you're more likely to feel comfortable in your own skin. And when you feel comfortable in your own skin, the need to perform for others just kind of goes away. Now, I've been working years on calming my mind, and therefore it spills over into my body, of course. So I feel all the benefits of this. So here's where things can really get interesting. The research also shows that walking in nature doesn't just make you feel temporarily better, it actually changes your relationship with yourself. Vitamin D, which we know comes from the sun, is not just good for your bones, it's essential for your brain function and your mood regulation. Low levels of vitamin D are linked to depression and cognitive issues. So, by walking outside, especially during daylight hours and morning time, you're giving your brain the nutrients it needs to function optimally. Then there is this microbiota connection, which is the beneficial microbes you're exposed to while outside that help regulate your gut health, which directly impacts your stress response. Now, the Institute for Functional Medicine found that the positive impact of the human nature connection on the gut microbiome is 3 times greater than the effect of genetics. So, what does all of this mean for you as a single Gen Xer? It means that prioritizing time in nature, you're not just distracting yourself from stress, you're actually changing your body's ability to handle stress on a deep level. It's really freaking cool. You're not just taking a break from rumination, you're rewiring that neural pathway that creates rumination in the first place. This is why I believe walking in nature isn't just self care, it's relationship building. And the specific relationship is the one with yourself. And the whole point of this podcast. The important relationship, the most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. And nature provides this ideal environment to strengthen that connection. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, all right, I can't hear you thinking, but I can imagine you thinking that, all right, Lauren, this sounds great, but I barely have time to watch my favorite TV show at night, let alone go for a walk. I get it. The logistics nightmare is real, but here's what I want to challenge you. What if walking in nature isn't just one more thing to add to your plate, but rather the very thing that will make everything else on that plate feel more manageable? I'm going to give you some practical ways to incorporate nature walking into your life without adding any stress, in fact, relieving it. Start small. Even 10 minutes makes a difference, even 5. You don't need to hike a mountain or to get any benefits. You can just go outside. You can combine it with existing habits. Can you take a call while walking? Can you text? Can you listen to a book? Meet a friend for walking and have a coffee with them instead of sitting? Perhaps you can make it part of your transition ritual. Like use a short nature walk as the bridge between work and personal time. This can help your brain shift those gears and prevents work stress from contaminating your evening. You can remove the performance pressure. Like I said earlier, you don't need special clothes, equipment, any fitness goals. It's not about exercise here. It's about mental restoration. Just be you. And next, you can engage your senses intentionally. Notice the colors, the textures, the sounds, smells around you. You can notice the shoes and the ground beneath your feet. The mindful action maximizes the parasympathetic activation, so you're relaxed activation, and it makes you more mentally and internally relaxed. The beauty of walking in nature is that it's accessible, it's free, doesn't require any skills. It just requires you to get up and do it. It's available to you right now, today, no matter where you are in your day. This week, guys, I want to challenge you to try a simple experiment. Replace 30 minutes of screen time. Doesn't matter if it's on your cell phone, doing emails, or watching your favorite TV show at night. Replace it with a nature walk 3 times this week. Doesn't have to be in a perfect forest. A local park, a tree-lined street, or even your backyard will do. Take your dog out. Pay attention to your thoughts before each walk and after each walk. Notice how your body feels, how your mind responds, and how your perspective shifts. Keep a note on your phone or write it in a journal to track any changes that you observe. And if you're willing to share your experience, I would love to hear about it. Send me an email at intentionallysinglepodcast@gmail.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at the girl with the vine tattoo with nature walk in the subject line so I can look out for this. I'll be sharing some of your insights in a future episode if I get them. And for those of you who want to dive even deeper, I challenge you, go look at the research. Really get out there and look and search for anything nature related and health related. and just see what pops up. Do your due diligence, research your own. Like I always say, don't trust me. Go out there and look and see what's out there and available to us. There's so much research that's been done that we have access to. I want to know if you're finding value in these episodes, please share this one with another friend who might be stuck in their comfort zone. Sometimes the simplest solutions are really the most powerful ones, and sharing this information might be exactly what someone else needs right now to hear. If you have not already, please subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss next week's episode. And as we wrap up today's show, I want to leave you with this thought. The relationship you have with yourself is the blueprint for every other connection in your life. And much how like we used to carefully curate, those mixtapes we used to make in the 80s and 90s, it's like selecting the right songs in just the right order. We've spent decades of curating our lives, our spaces, our routines, but sometimes the very comfort we've created becomes a barrier to our growth. Our carefully constructed playlist of habits can keep us trapped in patterns that no longer serve us. Nature offers us something remarkable, a way to reset without disrupting everything we've built. It's not about abandoning the life that you've crafted, put together. It's not about compromising your hard-won independence. It's about enhancing the relationship with yourself so that any future partnership, should you choose to find one or allow one into your life, will be built on a foundation of genuine self-connection rather than need or loneliness. The science is clear. From decreased cortisol to improved gut microbiota to enhanced brain function, walking in nature literally changes your biology in ways that improve your relationship with yourself and your health. And isn't that what we're really looking for? Not just a partner to fill a void or keep you occupied, but a genuine connection to ourselves that makes any future relationship a choice rather than a necessity. So this week, I challenge you to give yourself the gift of a nature walk, not as one more self-improvement task on your to-do list, but an act of relationship building with the most important person in your life, you. Now, tomorrow is Easter, and it's my birthday. I hope you enjoy the holiday. If you celebrate, enjoy the day with whatever you are doing. Talk to you next week, and remember, loves, always stay open to possibilities. I will see you next week.